At EICMA 2025, Honda stepped right back into the spotlight with the new CB1000GT, and honestly, the timing couldn't be better. The sport touring world has been a little quiet these past few years. Everyone's been chasing the adventure bike dream, tall seats, giant panniers, and daydreams of conquering some mythical transcontinental route. Sport tourers slowly drifted out of the limelight, even though the formula still makes a ton of sense. Relaxed but slightly sporty ergonomics, an adjustable windscreen, a comfy seat for two, and hard panniers that happily swallow your gear. For many riders, this is the sweet spot for long-distance travel without sacrificing daily comfort. And right there in the center of that gap, Honda drops the CB1000GT. This machine runs the same 1000cc inline-four from the CB1000 Hornet, but Honda retuned it with updated throttle-by-wire mapping and revised fuel injection to support 4 riding modes: Rain, Sport, Standard, and Tour. The rear subframe has been re-engineered so the bike can handle real weight on the tail, passenger, luggage, or both. You also get the full Honda RoadSync connectivity package, a quick shifter, Showa electronic suspension, and an ergonomic layout designed for long hours in the saddle. Visually, the CBGT plays it safe with friendly, approachable lines offered in 3 colors: red, gray, and black. In Europe, side panniers come as standard, though in Japan they'll likely remain optional. The base version looks clean and tidy, while the accessorized version looks noticeably more mission-ready as a sport tourer. Output sits at 148 horsepower and 102 Nm of torque, enough to power through long rides without feeling like a featherweight superbike. The electronics package is stacked: cornering ABS, switchable traction control, wheelie control, emergency stop signal, quick shifter, 4 ride modes, cruise control, and a 6-axis IMU. The Showa electronic suspension is a major advantage for adapting to different road conditions. A 5-inch TFT with smartphone connectivity, USB-C, smart key, heated grips, and a center stand underline. Honda's intent to make this a true go-everywhere machine. But the closer you look, the clearer it becomes that Honda is playing in the gray zone between sport tourer and crossover, or even tall rounder. A lot of details lean toward ADV-style ergonomics: a wide handlebar, very upright seating, and a relatively narrow touring screen. That creates an interesting dilemma. On paper, Honda calls it a sport tourer, yet the personality leans more crossover, and that format has grown popular among riders who want ADV comfort without the height, weight, or bulk. There's also a wider conversation about how touring bikes have evolved. Some riders feel manufacturers now label anything with a slightly bigger fairing as a sport tourer, while the true long-distance machines live only in the heavyweight tourer or big touring cruiser category. The CB1000GT sits right in the middle, not as heavy as the large ADV crowd, but not as unapologetically dedicated as a traditional long-range sport tourer. On the flip side, that middle ground is exactly what makes the CB1000GT special. The 825mm seat height is friendly in today's tall bike world, the windscreen adjusts with one hand, and the ergonomics suit older riders or returnees who want comfort and wind protection, but still crave that adrenaline-tickling inline-four soundtrack. For riders coming back after years away, this package could feel surprisingly perfect. A projected price around £12,000 makes things even more interesting. With a rich feature list, a 4-cylinder engine, relatively lightweight, and comfortable ergonomics, it undercuts many rivals in the £15,000 bracket. Still, some design elements feel extremely safe, maybe too safe, and the front-end detailing looks a bit like it was armored up at the last minute. Not everyone will vibe with that. So what exactly is the CB1000GT? A sport tourer, a crossover, a tall rounder? Honestly, it feels like a mix of everything. Honda seems to be aiming for a middle path, not as tall as an ADV, not as low as a pure sport tourer, but just practical enough, just comfortable enough, and just powerful enough to satisfy most modern riders. For some, that's the ideal formula. For others, it's the opposite. Too crossover to be a sport tourer, too sporty to be a true touring bike. In the end, the CB1000GT is one of those bikes you need to see in person to fully understand. It delivers a bundle of modern features, friendly ergonomics, a silky 4-cylinder engine, and an aggressive price tag. As an all-rounder for the coming years, it has plenty to offer, but if you want a traditional sport tourer with a strong identity, or a crossover built for serious long-distance adventures, there are still better defined options. This bike stands at the crossroads of genres, and that's exactly where its charm and its debate lives. So what do you think? Has Honda nailed the modern sport tourer formula, or does the CB1000GT feel more like a crossover in disguise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for more. Catch you in the next one.